So we'll move to next problem. Next, a 75 mm long full journal bearing of diameter 75 mm supports a radial load of 12 kilonewton at the shaft speed of 1800 revolutions per minute. Assume ratio of diameter to the diametrical clearance is 1000. The viscosity of an oil is 0.01 pas. 0.01 pas. At the operating temperature, determine the following, that is Sommerfeld number, the coefficient of friction based on Mecky's equation, amount of heat generated, and power loss due to friction. So here we are going to calculate four unknowns. One is the Sommerfeld number, yes, coefficient of friction mu based upon Mecky's equation. They only told which equation you have to calculate mu, and amount of heat generated, how much amount of heat is generated in the bearing, and what is the power loss due to friction. These four unknowns we have to calculate. So they have given this some data. So they have given 75 mm full journal bearing, that is length is equal to 75 mm, L convert into meters. They have given diameter, convert into meters. Radial load W they are given in kilonewton, converting to Newton into 10 to the power of 3. And they have given speed N is equal to 1800 RPM. And assume ratio of diameter to the diametrical clearance as 1000. That is nothing but diameter divided by to the diameter to the diametrical clearance, D divided by C is equal to 1000. And sure. Next, the viscosity of an oil is 0.01 pas at the operating temperature. Directly they given in pas, so that is nothing but neta is equal to 0.01 pas. And sure. Now they have given D by C, but the formula to calculate Xi is equal to C divided by D. Diametrical clearance divided by diameter. Therefore, you will get 1 divided by 1000 is nothing but 10 to the power of minus 3. That is nothing but Xi. Now, in the question they told that it is a full journal bearing. Now, first we will calculate the first unknown, that is nothing but Sommerfeld number. So, the formula to calculate Sommerfeld number S is equal to neta n dash by P into 1 divided by Xi square. Substitute neta n dash P and Xi. P is unknown, calculate P. P is equal to W divided by LD. W we know, L we know, D we know. Calculate the P in Newton per meter square. Then calculate N dash in RPS, N divided by 60. Substitute P, substitute N dash, neta and Xi. Then we will get the S, that is nothing but Sommerfeld number. We got 0.10625. That is the first unknown. Next, second unknown, the coefficient of friction based upon the Mecky's equation. So we know the formula, the Mecky's equation formula, mu is equal to Ka, neta n dash by P into 1 by Xi into 10 to the power of minus 10 plus delta mu. Here there is two unknowns, one is Ka and another one is delta mu. Already I told, for full journal bearing, Ka is 1.95 into 10 to the power of 11, this is constant. And delta mu is equal to 0.002, it is also constant. Substitute Ka, neta, n dash, P, Xi and delta mu. Calculate coefficient of friction mu. Coefficient of friction mu will get, finally after simplifying everything, will get 4.7422 into 10 to the power of minus 3 based on the Mecky's equation. That is second unknown. Then fourth unknown, amount of heat generated, Hg. Now the formula to calculate Hg is equal to mu PLD into V. This is the formula to calculate the amount of heat generated, Hg. Here we know mu, that is in the second step we will calculate. We know the pressure, we know L, we know D, and we can calculate velocity. Substitute mu, substitute P, substitute L, substitute D, and V is equal to pi dN divided by 60. Then you will get Hg 402.24 watts. Now the amount of heat generated is 402.24 watts. Now that is the second unknown. And the fourth unknown we are going to calculate how much power is lost due to the friction. The formula to calculate power loss in mu is equal to mu WV divided by 1000. So the formula to calculate V is nothing but pi dn divided by 60. So substitute mu, substitute W, and pi dn divided by 60 divided by 1000. Then we will get the power loss is 0.402, or we can take it as 402.25 kilowatts. And sure. So this amount of power is lost in the bearing due to the friction. So in this way, we can able to calculate the Summerfield number, mu, coefficient of friction mu, heat generated, and the power loss. Sure. We'll go to next problem. So it is also a question paper problem. See, next is they told that a lightly loaded journal bearing has a load of 1 kilonewton. The load acting on the bearing is 1 kilonewton. It is W is equal to 1 kilonewton. Convert into newtons, 1000 newton. Next, the oil used is SCAE 60. So here they are not given directly mu, that is neta, that is viscosity value they are not given. They have given the type of the oil SCAE 60, and mean effective temperature of operation is 40 degrees Celsius. They have given the operating temperature SCAE 60 and T0 is equal to 40 degrees. Like they told that the journal has a diameter of 50 mm, diameter is equal to 50 mm, convert into meters, and bearing has a diameter of 0.05 mm. Always journal is represented by small d, bearing is represented by capital D. Diameter of the journal is small d, diameter of the bearing is capital D. That is 50.5 mm converting to meter. Next, the speed of the journal is small m they have given. Next, the L by D ratio is limited to 1.5. They have given L by D ratio. Determine the coefficient of friction mu and power loss due to friction. So here we have to calculate two unknowns. Mu we have to calculate and power loss they have. And here they are not told which equation you have to use to calculate mu. So always we will go for Petrov's equation. So here the formula to calculate Petrov's equation is, so here they are considered Mackey's equation. So we can, since they are not given which type, we can use Petrov's or we can use Mackey's equation. And sure. First, if we see the Petrov's equation, and sure, see, always go for Petrov's equation. If you see according to the Petrov's equation, mu is equal to 2 pi square neta n dash by p into 1 by z. This is the formula to calculate mu. Here there are three unknowns. One is neta, p, xi, and n dash. So all the things you have to calculate. First we will calculate neta. So neta can be calculated by using type of the oil and the operating temperature. So same procedure. First, I will go to the table number 24.1. If I go to the table number 24.1, table number 24.1, which type of oil they have given? Here, SCAE 60. Now, where is SCAE 60? See here, there is SCAE 60, aeroplane oils. For SCAE 60, the number is H, alphabet. Now, after calculating the alphabet, then we have to move to the figure number 24.2. Now, the operating temperature is, now we have to see the operating temperature. Operating temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. And should 40 degrees Celsius. Now, from the figure 40 degree and the curve is H. Now this is 40 degree and move upward until it touches H. Where is H? Here it is H. Now it is touching H here, right? Once it touches H here, then come towards left side, then we will get the absolute viscosity. See how much we got here, absolute viscosity. That is 290 into 10 to the power of minus 3 pass. Now you can see here. Now see here. Here we got. You should somewhere here we got that is become 40. So this is 40. If you move like this, So until it touches H, so somewhere it is touching here, here 2. So they have taken the value as 290. Or this is one method. By calculating the alphabet and by using temperature, we can calculate. There is another figure to calculate mu, that is by using temperature and by using the type of the oil. So see, first is 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Now you see operating temperature is 40. This is the curve. Move upward until it touches SAE 60. This is SAE 60. And sure, by using SAE 60, this is SAE 60. Again, we can calculate neta. And sure. So like that, we can able to find out neta. We got 290 centipoise. Again, I told we have to convert into pass into 10 to the power of minus 3. And sure. Once we got neta, then remaining is we have to calculate psi. So here, the formula to calculate psi is equal to C divided by D. But they are not given C, but they have given small d, diameter of the journal, diameter of the bearing. The formula to calculate diameter clearance C is equal to capital D minus small d. We will get C, then substitute here, then we will get the diametrical clearance ratio. Then remaining, again here, they have given L by D ratio. So substitute D, then we can calculate L in meters. Now we got L, we got neta, and we got psi. Then only unknown is N dash. N dash we can calculate N divided by 60. Then we can calculate P, W divided by L. Same procedure. Now if you see Petrov's equation, now substitute neta, we got 290. Substitute N dash, substitute P, and substitute psi. We got mu is equal to 0.4. Mu is over, but we have to calculate power loss. The formula to calculate power loss is equal to mu WV divided by 1000. Substitute mu, substitute W, and velocity is pi dn divided by 60 divided by 1000. Then power loss will get 16.86 kilowatts. This is, we have calculated power loss based upon the Petrov's. Same thing, here we can use Mackey's equation. Again substitute Ka, delta mu, all the things. Again calculate power loss. We got 16.75. Here we got 16.6. Both are same. You can use Petrov's equation to calculate mu, or you can use Mackey's equation to calculate mu. But in the question, they are not given which equation you have to use. Then always go for Petrov's equation for full journal bearing. And sure. So first we have to calculate mu. Once you got mu, then we can calculate power loss. And sure. So in this way, we can able to calculate the power loss. So here extra thing they have given is capital D, and they have given the L by D ratio. By using small d and capital D, we are going to calculate C. By using C by D, we are going to calculate diametrical clearance ratio. And by using L by D ratio, we can calculate length of the bearing. And remember, same procedure to calculate the power loss. Understood? Next problem. See, a full journal bearing of 50 mm diameter. So they have given diameter is equal to 50 mm. Convert into meter. 75 mm long. L is equal to 75 mm. Convert into meter. Supports a radial load of 1000 Newton. They have given load. The speed of the shaft is 600 RPM. So speed is equal, small n is equal to 600. It is not 1000. They have given 1000. Next, the surface temperature of the bearing is 60 degrees Celsius. See, it is not operating temperature. Remember, it is a surface temperature of bearing. Therefore, it is represented by TB, bearing temperature 60 degrees Celsius. And room temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. That is nothing but TA, ambient temperature. Bearing temperature and ambient temperature they have given here. Next, determine the viscosity of an oil. And should we have to calculate neta. If the bearing is well ventilated and no cooling is to be used. This is also very important. Well ventilated and no artificial cooling is used. Next, they have given the ratio of journal diameter to the bearing's diametrical clearance is 1000. That is nothing but diameter divided by diametrical clearance, D divided by C is equal to 1000 they have given. So by using this data, we are going to calculate viscosity of an oil. Now first we will calculate clearance C is equal to D divided by cross multiply C, D divided by 1000, we will get the clearance C. Next, once you get clearance C, then we are going to calculate xi. Xi is equal to C divided by D. Next, here we are going to calculate another unknown, that is nothing but rise in temperature delta T, that is nothing but difference in varying temperature minus ambient temperature. That is, they have given varying temperature is 60 minus 30, we will get the operating, that is rise in temperature. Next, another unknown we are going to calculate is N dash, another one is P. These are the basic unknowns we are going to calculate for each and every problem if they are not given in the question. Now, we are going to calculate, see they told that, here in the question they told that calculate the viscosity of an oil if the bearing is well ventilated and no artificial cooling is used. By use based on these two conditions, we are going to calculate the type of the oil. So for that, same thing, here we are going to calculate mu by using the Becky's equation. So Ka neta n dash by P 1 by xi into 10 to the power of minus 10 plus delta mu. Ka is constant, mu is constant, substitute everything, then we will get the mu, we will got. Here another unknown you have to remember, here we don't know the value of neta. Keep neta as it is, then we will get mu is equal to 0.7315 neta. Here in this total, neta is unknown, plus 0.02, 0.002. This is the value of neta, and that is mu. But here neta is unknown. Keep as it is. Next, calculate heat generated. The formula to calculate heat generated Hg is equal to mu PLD into V, or another formula mu capital W V. PLD is nothing but capital W. Now substitute the value of mu here, 0.13125 neta plus 0.002 into W 1000 into V pi dn divided by 60. Again, here neta is unknown. If you simplify this one, then we will get Hg is equal to 1148.645 neta plus 3.1416. So this is the value of Hg. In each and every step, neta is unknown. Next, we are going to calculate heat dissipated. This is, so there is another formula to calculate heat dissipated. So this is the formula based upon the Pedersen equation. Why we are going to use this formula is, since they have given here bearing temperature and operating temperature. If they are given bearing temperature and operating temperature, that is ambient temperature, in the question, then we are going to use Pedersen equation to calculate Hd. All the formulas you will get in the data handbook. Now Hd is nothing but delta T plus 18 square LD divided by K dash. K dash is nothing but where K dash is 0.273 for well ventilated. This is constant. So in the question they have given well ventilated, right? Here they told that it is a well ventilated. So therefore K dash is equal to 0.273 for well ventilated. Now substitute delta T, substitute L D K dash, then we will get Hd. And another thing they have told that in the question, then they told that no artificial cooling is to be used. And so, since there is no artificial cooling, since artificial cooling is not required, at least Hg is equal to Hd. We are considering that condition here, artificial cooling is not required. And so, therefore, by taking the condition Hg is equal to Hd, substitute the value of Hg. Here we are having the value of Hg. Substitute Hg is equal to Hd. We got the value Hd here. Simplify, then we will get the absolute viscosity neta 24.82 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So this is another type of problem to calculate neta based upon the well ventilated and no artificial cooling is required. If they are given the two conditions, then we are going to calculate neta by taking the condition Hg is equal to Hd. Here we are calculating HG and HDA and equating, then we are going to calculate neta. That is absolute viscosity of an